I love it. Hi.
Happy birthday. I swear, every time I try hitting that button, it like doesn't go half the time. Seriously. I don't know, maybe I'm accidentally double clicking it, so I'm activating deactivating it, but whatever. Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Hello.
Hope you all having a good time and are safe if you happen to be out on the East Coast, which I think most of you who watch live are. Little tornado warnings and things of that nature. So,
Yeah, not here.
Yeah.
I had to quarantine in my basement with my family earlier today, so that was fun.
Yeah. Luckily, we didn't have to do quite the basement yet, but it has apparently just hit Jersey right before we were about to start, so I wanted to make sure it wasn't coming my way, which it looks like it's not, so we're good.
If you hear sirens and like a black screen, you'll know what happened.
Yeah, exactly. Like the broadcast may be going on for quite some time if it ends up being like that.
I'll be the only one here going, okay.
Exactly.
Shit going on in my area.
Yeah. But yes, so we'll do round robin. Bethany, how have you been since you weren't here last week?
I've been doing well. Finishing up summer school. Tomorrow's our last day, and then I've got about 2 weeks before teachers go back for the fall. So I plan on sleeping. Yeah, well, I mean, so I plan on probably getting some sleep and just relaxing before getting back into that. But I mean, summer school's gone really well. I've enjoyed the kids I've been working with.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, this past weekend, wasn't on last week because Jason and I went and saw Snake Eyes.
Yep. How was that?
It was horrible.
I actually enjoyed it. I mean, surprisingly, it's actually enjoyable. I mean, honestly, I don't know much about G.I. Joe, so for me, it was, I mean, Jason was kind of telling me about it and giving me, like, insights about it. Mm-hmm. And then we kind of had, like, a lake beach trip with his family over the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So that was fun. But other than that, that's about it. Kind of just working right now.
Mm-hmm.
That's about it. What about you, Ams?
Where do I start? Oh boy, here we go. What have I been working on? My normal stuff. Just check out my Redbubble shop if you want to see what went up, or my Instagram. I try to keep that up to date. I've also been working on knit stuff, and I also took pictures of everything I've made so far, plus all my works in progress. Oh, I used to do this before the hiatus. Here you go. I have a project next to me, a new one. Here you go, and I'll show the progress of it. It is a cardigan.
Ooh, I love cardigans. I love old man sweaters.
Old man sweaters? Should I make you a fisherman sweater? Maybe I should do that. There you go.
I mean, it's nice.
Well, it's on a circular needle because it's just so long. This is the back of it. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna finish that, and then I think what I need to do is make the sides and then knit them all together.
Gotta make pockets.
Bat them up. Yeah.
You gotta put pockets on it.
Maybe. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I don't think there's pockets in the pattern, but yeah, maybe I'll learn how to make pockets. That would be nice. But it's a really flowy cardigan, and I'm super excited to finish it. Plus, I have oh my god, there's so many different things I'm trying, base scrubbies. There's the giant beast of blanket that I'm making for a friend. Here, I'll put that in chat if you want to show that, Audrey. It's massive. It's bigger than I am, and it's only halfway done. So it's so big, and it's so comfortable. And we were kind of worried that it wouldn't be heavy enough, but after dealing with it, I have no worries now. It's so heavy already. It's just this big beautiful thing, and it's gonna be twice the weight by the time I'm done with it. I want to try to get it done by October because everyone's going to come out for TFCon, at least as far as everything's going. Please, Delta variant, don't screw that up. Please don't.
Yeah.
So
I know, finally, right now with masks, we still, ooh, nice.
That's only halfway. Look at it. It's so big and beautiful. I love it so much. And there's going to be tassels at the end of it, too. So it's going to be this massive. It's like going to be like the size of a twin-size bed.
Nice.
That's what they wanted, so.
Yeah, so right now we have to wear masks around kids, around students, because a lot of them are not vaccinated. And if it's just around teachers, as long as you're vaccinated, you don't have to wear your mask. And now, come fall, we have to wear them inside. But when we go out for like recess, we can take our masks off, which will be so nice.
Yeah,
to not have to wear
with
them.
heat.
Yeah, which has been like the killer these past few weeks. Going out to recess and still wearing a mask, where I'm out there and I'm like taking off and I'm like wiping just like the sweat and the grease and the oil off my face. Like I come home and I'm like, oh, the oils.
Gross. I'm so sorry.
Like I was at one point, I started off wearing like a cloth mask and it was just so hot. I was like, nope. So I had to go with like the disposable ones. I was like, I can't.
Oh, that sucks.
My face was just like suffocating.
I'm so sorry. Yeah, that's not looking any better because really it's just like, well, now there's like a pandemic in between within the unvaccinated populations. So it's like they're calling it a pandemic of the unvaccinated. And so I'm just like, wow, you guys are just, I don't know what to say at this point.
And apparently there are, because of the Delta virus, other countries have gone back into lockdown.
Oh, I know. Oh my God.
Apparently, like parts of Australia, because I follow a few podcasters from Australia, and they're like, "Yep, we're in lockdown again."
5th lockdown, something like that. 5th or 6th. And the Olympics going on because there's all kinds of controversy with that, and Japan's still in their lockdown. So that's a whole different ball of wax that I'm not educated enough to talk about. So, updates and things. Well, I guess I can talk about games. I'm this close to beating Skyward Sword, and then yay! And Max just got Monster Hunter Rise because, of course, they had to do this to me. And an event that's going to go on tomorrow, where like you can ride this sort of wolf creature. They're called Palamutes, like Malamute. So, and you can get this skin that is from the game Okami. And for anyone who doesn't know, it is this white wolf who is basically the goddess of the sun, Japanese culture, all kinds of beautiful stuff like that. I love the game. I beat it several times. I have multiple copies of it on different systems, and now they're doing this to me. So I guess I'm playing Monster Hunter Rise next. And then for some reason, I don't know why, I guess I just saw it on TikTok, this random cosplayer was doing the character Raziel from Soul Reaver. If anyone remembers that super old game from 1999. It's about vampires. Just look it up. I can't describe it. There's just so much story with it. But it's vampires, but awesome vampires.
What's it called?
Soul Reaver.
Soul Reaver?
Yes, Soul Reaver. There's been like multiple different games made for it, which is awesome. But someone cosplayed Raziel, and I was like, oh, that's awesome. I remember watching my dad play that when I was a kid because, 1999, I was a wee thing. And I'm just like, oh, I want to play that again. How do I play that? It's a PS1 game. Oh, gosh, how?
Okay.
So, what's up?
You want to feel old.
Oh, my.
Try turning 35, and you're working with kindergartners who are 5 years old.
Uh-huh.
If you want to feel old, think about it. That was me. Like, I turned, because my birthday was,
there you go.
When I was, okay, I remember that.
Yeah.
So
so
of course my birthday landed during the week, and I was working. Of course, all the kids were like, happy birthday, and I'm like, and it finally dawned on me because they're all like, oh yeah, I'm 5, I'm going to be 6 soon. I'm like, I just turned 35.
Yeah.
You got 30 years on this
years older than these kids. And I'm older than the lead teacher. Like, she's in her early 20s.
Oh my God.
And
wow.
Because I mentioned something to her because one of the things kind of Jason got me for my birthday was, if you guys remember from like the 80s and the 90s, a trapper keeper.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Nope.
Trapper Keeper.
Okay, Ames is
know.
like,
Nope. Sorry.
Yeah, you're young now, Trapper Keeper. Well, I also remember South Park, Dawson's Creek Trapper Keeper. That's my Dawson's Creek.
and so I mentioned that, and she just looked at me like I had two heads, and I was like, I forgot your.
I gotta look one up for you. I gotta look one up for you.
Thank
You'll
you. Please.
recognize them. I mean, talk about nostalgia. When like, because
I was born in '92, so I'm early '90s. So I have at least some. Give me some credit, at
you
least.
can get them at Walmart. Has them.
These are a Trapper Keeper.
Yep.
They have these
Trapper keepers.
Yeah, it's like a folder binder type thing, but it was like special because they would have like usually.
Oh, I want one.
Yeah, like Lisa Frank was very popular for all that stuff.
I need a Lisa Frank one. Oh no. Oh hell.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
like,
look at that tiger.
Apparently Lisa Frank is coming back too, because apparently.
Oh
at
yeah,
Walmart,
she's been coming back for a while.
Yes,
they have
90s.
Lisa Franks.
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm so
like
excited.
this one. That's a OG.
Classic. That's an OG.
I am not ashamed in saying that I actually do have a sticker booklet full of Lisa Frank stickers. Mm-hmm. I love it so much.
Oh man, some of this Lisa Frank stuff. But yeah, that's a Trapper Keeper.
Yeah. And so I have one, and I was so proud of it. And I like mentioned her, and she looked at me, and I was like, oh, I forgot. I'm like 10 years older than you.
You have to describe floppy disks to people now, because they're like, oh, they weren't floppy. Like, no, they were, the first ones were floppy.
Or just what a save icon is.
Discuss the floppy disk.
Yeah, well, they don't know what the icon is. They just know it's saved, but they don't know what it is. Like what a floppy or just a save disk is. They don't understand that concept. They're like, huh?
Like, I feel like it's great living in this time, but since technology has skyrocketed so quickly, you just feel older quicker.
And something else that made me feel old is we've got a play kitchen in our classroom, and one of the toys that was within all the play stuff was a play flip phone. And the kids were like, what's this?
Yeah.
And I was like,
no.
That's what cell phones used to look like. And they're like, no.
What? Oh my
and I'm
God.
like,
my God.
A rotary phone would be absolutely madness to them. They wouldn't understand having, this is how you dial.
But just the fact
or the ones that were like installed on the wall in your kitchen and had the cord on it.
Yeah, just the fact that like they didn't know what a flip phone was. But then again, they've grown up with, playing on their parents' smartphones. So it was just like, yeah.
Jason said in chat, the infamous paperclip. Oh, can we not remember him?
Yeah,
I don't think we want to.
Just pulling him up.
I'm sorry, I jumped the gun on that one, I guess.
But yeah, the fact that it was
Clippy.
There's a reason why we don't remember Jason. No.
But yeah, the fact that like they didn't know, they're like, "What's this?" And I was like, "That's what cell phones used to look like." And they're like, "No." I was like, "Yeah."
So yeah. We're besides feeling old.
Sorry about
the whole thing with it's all right. Yeah, side topic tangent. It's okay. Soul Reaver. So I was just like, how do I play it? So apparently it's on Steam, but it got taken down for updates and stuff by Square Enix. Because now apparently Square Enix has it, and I'm just like, oh my god! And there's rumors of a remaster, and I'm just like, okay, if Square Enix has it, the same people who did Final Fantasy. Oh, okay. I will wait with bated breath for this remaster because I will play it and I will love it. My childhood will come back to me. I don't know what this says about me. What was it? How old was I in 99? Oh my god, was I 6, I think? I was 6 years old in 99. Like, I remember Soul Reaver, a game about vampires and, like, killing other vampires, like, blood and gore. Like, that says a lot about me today. So, I'm waiting on that. But in the meantime, I'm just going to keep on drawing stuff about it. How are you, Grims? How are you?
Doing good. Before I do that, I was just scrolling the Clippy page, and apparently there's a fan art that I need to share.
Oh, no. What the hell?
I am speechless on
That's so wrong.
What this like? I don't know how I come across these things sometimes, but I was just like,
that's a horrible place.
I was like,
throw it out. Start anew. Nope, I can't. No.
Do I save this? Do I save?
The internet's tainted.
I
No.
just was yeah. So like
Control
that whole
Alt.
like what was it rule 42 or whatever it's called? Like it's just like
34.
34. That's it. 34. What's
Yep.
42? 42 is the answer to the universe. Never mind. Yeah.
That
Oh
was
my
gender
god.
bend.
Yeah. That was
Rule
something
34 is, in case no one knows it, because I don't know how you wouldn't, but it's if it exists, there's porn of it.
Yes. I just gotta add that right in there real quick.
I think we were all
I'm with you.
Yeah, I had to share it. I saw it, so that means you have to see it. Like I can't not share.
We're suffering together.
Yeah. But anyway, it's been a pretty good week, I guess, for the most part. Doing a little bit better overall. Stress here and there as usual, but not anything super crazy. Last week I had shown the cross stitch thing that I was working on for one of my coworkers, Limp Dumpling, and I finally finished it. I finished it on Saturday, like right before work. I got up super early because I could not sleep. I was in a bunch of pain with a migraine, and so I just decided to do some cross stitch.
Mm-hmm.
Who is that? Oh no.
What?
Anywho. The sound went weird, but I'm going to show you what it is. So this is how it ended up finishing out. So it's a little
so cute.
It came out really good. He was really happy. I surprised him. He didn't know that I was making it. And he was like, I can't believe you made that for me and all that stuff. So I thought it turned out really, really cute.
It's so cute. I love it. Oh.
Yes, a little dumpling. So it ended up being really cute. I wanted to share something that I got. I think I've talked about it before. This Eda bag that's finally came in after like a year of pre-ordering it. It finally came, where it's like interchangeable like fronts. I'm gonna make myself bigger real quick. Just do this. There we go. So like you can take this front panel off, and then it's just got these snaps around it, and so you can put like different things. Like I have a bow, and then I have a shield for it. So I'm really excited about all that coming in. And what's really cute is these I got these little plushies that are supposed to go in there, and they have little cheek, here you can see it, little cheek squishies. So they're getting squished. So I was like, I had to get those. So that was cute. And then I did want to share this one pin since we talked about it last week that I got in. Where is it? Right here. Keep it low key. Gotcha. So
President Loki?
Yeah, it's President Loki. It's before anyone knew. Like I saw them working on it before it got released, but this is like a bigger version of it. They've made one that was kind of smaller, but they happened to do a bigger one. I was like, oh, I have to get the bigger one. So that's one of my new favorites that I got in. So speaking of, let me make myself smaller. Sorry. So speaking of aliens, Loki.
Yes.
Loki is a great alien, one of our favorites out there, from Midgard. So this week's topic is aliens or extraterrestrials and all that type of stuff. Amps, yes. I think you said you had some stuff prepared. Would you like to kind of start us on that topic?
Sure. So I'm going to go real science nerd on here. So warning in advance, I'm sorry if I put you to sleep, but I figured it'd be worth mentioning, at least on the realistic front of, if anyone recognizes the Fermi Paradox, which is the apparent contradiction between the lack of evidence between extraterrestrial life and the various high estimates for probability. So basically, like, our universe is damn near infinite, right? And there's, like, basically zero possibility that we are the only intelligent life in the universe. Like, basically zero. So, and then that leads into the Drake equation, which is... it's like a hypothetical sort of equation, kind of breaks down the sort of trying to find out the probability of intelligent life in the universe. And it goes from like the number like the average rate of star formation in our galaxy to the fraction of stars that have planets, the average number of planets that can potentially support life, and so on and so forth. Basically going down the line of like, we use our own progression as a species and going down like, okay, like how many of these exist versus how many of these exist, and really just calculating as a hypothetical possibility of what possible intelligent aliens could actually be out there. Okay. So
obviously probably a lot more intelligent than us, because look at the shit show
we don't know. And I was just going to ask that if anyone out there, do you think aliens exist? Like, do you think we've been visited by them? Is that a point of contention, or do you think so?
I totally, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, just watch Ancient Aliens, and they'll tell us all about
aliens.
Aliens.
As Jason says, it's probing time.
It's probing time.
Have you ever watched Paul, the movie Paul? It is so funny.
I need to look that up.
It is so funny.
So going back to the equation, just put things into perspective. Just in our galaxy alone, there are about 100 to 400 billion stars, like big, small, all kinds of that. And there are about, I think, I was just looking it up on Google, so I just wrote these down real quick. How many galaxies that we have in just the observable universe are about 200 billion to 2 trillion. So take that number, multiply it by the previous one, and that's how many stars we have in our observable universe. It's a lot. Can't comprehend it. Too small for human mind. Nope. And then they, break it down even further than that. So, how many solar systems do we have in our own galaxy? There's about 5,000, and there are about 4,000 discovered exoplanets with an estimate of, I think, 100 billion. So, even narrowing it down further, there's still thousands of planets that are possibly habitable, that may have alien life, even intelligent life too. So civilizations and everything like that. It's awesome to think about too, but we have no way to get there. So it sucks. So then we as a human race, I'm just going through a history lesson here. We have resorted to SETI, the search for extraterrestrial intelligence. So we're just scanning the skies, listening for certain signals that certain civilizations would create. There are also other ways for people to scientists to discuss, try and search for other civilizations. So there's also these theories that if there are civilizations more advanced than us, their energy output, or actually rather their energy consumption, would be at such a scale that we could measure it and find it. For example, Dyson spheres. Those are giant mechanisms that encase entire stars. That would eclipse the star. So you'd be able to find out, okay, there's something strange going on there that can't be described with nature, whatever phenomenon that we found already. So we can use that knowledge, extrapolate from there, okay, there might be a civilization there. Who knows? So,
I mean, obviously, so cool. We're all fascinated with the idea of aliens, because, I mean, look at just some of the shows like Stargate. Star Trek. I mean, just all of these shows and movies that it's all about going or finding, exploring.
The one that combines us all, the one alien race that has united us, Transformers, Cybertronians. Could go into that. I've always kind of toyed with the idea of them, who I think they explained it in one of the lines, but I don't remember. But who created the Transformers? Who created the Cybertronians? Who created Primus? Who? I want to know. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
The lore of it?
Yeah, the lore. I want to know. If not, I'll create it. I'm
sure it exists with all the comics and stuff of that nature.
And I'm also a big believer. If you look at Flash and some of those, the idea of parallel universes, the fact that we're not the only, we could possibly not be the only Earth. We could be Earth 900 or 99 or whatever, and there could be hundreds of Earths out there, and who knows how that Earth is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, it's so exciting. But yeah, and I love how you mentioned Star Trek because I've been, I mentioned it last week. I've been going through the Next Generation, and oh my gosh, all the different alien races. I find it interesting that they chose to make most of them humanoid,
Mm-hmm.
like bipedal, but it kind of makes sense in a way because it seems like in our universe, at least, life favors carbon and like these certain structures. So it kind of makes sense, but they also like explore like different types of life, like inorganic, or like some are just like entities that are like nebula clouds, or even the Q, if you remember them. They're just like these omniscient beings that can just like do whatever they want. They're omniscient. They're basically gods. So
I mean, Star Wars is also a good example. I mean, with the different races.
Ooh, Jason, answer my question. Primacron, Korean, Unicron, etc. Oh, okay. I'm gonna look that up. Primacron. I need to do a deep dive. Another one.
Nerd.
Yes. Oh, did you just hear me, man? I just went on and on like the past 15 minutes.
You think that do you know how many talks I've gone to with Neil deGrasse, where Neil deGrasse Tyson has, his talks?
Mm-hmm.
Who's like the top astrophysicist.
Yes. I'm so excited. Yeah, I know. I love him. I needed to actually schedule time for myself to actually see him finally in person. But,
I don't know if he's going to be in DC this year. Maybe the following year.
Yeah. See how everything goes. Yeah, I have no idea. But yeah, no, I love aliens. I love sci-fi. I can talk about this probably for hours. But to narrow it down, I also wrote down, more aliens to sort of pick your brain, like where sci-fi is taken as what possible aliens that could be out there. Because there's also I love the Na'vi from Avatar. They're really cool, and like they have a lot of like sense and science behind them too. So they have like what carbon fiber in their bones. They've got this sort of like blue bioluminescent skin that helps them like at night. So I thought they were really cool. All the ones from Star Trek, I take too much time talking about them. Other alien species I found quite interesting. Steven Universe, because they're all gems, right? And apparently they're what light constructs basically. So their being is in the gem, but they're a projection of light. So I thought that was really interesting too. So with those in mind, to what extent do you think? What type could those exist out in our universe? Do you think so?
Oh yeah. I mean, there's too much unanswered questions of how things on Earth that no one can answer as to how it got there, how it was done. I mean, look at Easter Island.
Oh right, okay.
Look at some of the things out in the deserts where it's like these mile-long, almost like paintings in the sands. It's like it makes it's questions that are unanswerable. It's like, how did they get here? Why are they here? What are they for? It's not like we can ask the people from that time because, well, they're gone. So we can only speculate that.
Yeah.
They're
I would say to that effect. So I'm not denying that there could have been extraterrestrial presence and influence, but I also don't like discounting the power that humans have just with just simple just how do I describe it? Being able to read the stars and just know basic math and geometry and just using that plus all just decades of time, there's nothing else for them to do.
But there's the possibility that could aliens have helped them do this, create this? I'm not saying aliens only did it, but just the idea that maybe aliens came down and went, hey, This is what you need to do.
Maybe gods actually did exist, but they were beings from another world. So yeah.
And honestly, that's pretty much the premise of Ancient Aliens. If you've ever watched it, that's pretty much just.
I haven't, no.
Here you are talking about aliens, and you never watched Ancient Aliens. Come on.
I'm sorry. I know I'm not being a very good representative of like, oh yeah, I have the counter argument, even though I don't know what my counter argument is. So I'm sorry.
Get on the ball, girl. You're gonna argue this. You got.
Yeah, I gotcha. I will do that. I'll do my homework. I swear.
Yeah, and that's and Charlotte's right. There are things that with structures you can only really get the ideas if you look down upon them.
Oh, what was I gonna say? So Ancient Aliens, cool. Wait, then where are they now? If there were, where are they now?
They're avoiding us because of the shit show that we put ourselves in, and they don't want anything to do with us now.
Or could it be? Because I'm really thinking about, because there's a huge possibility. What we saw last year, that video of the unidentified flying object. No one knows what the fuck that was. There's a great possibility that we were visited by something else. Do you think that they're trying to do like a Star Trek type thing of like trying to stay like hidden and see once we hit that certain point in evolution to where they go, oh, okay, now we can make first contact. Now we can let you know we're here. Like,
probably. I mean, at one point they probably did, and let's be honest, we're not exactly,
No. I wouldn't say advanced.
At the top of our game right now.
Nope.
They probably are saying, I don't think so. Not today. We don't want to get involved. Not today.
They can't get this virus under control in less than a year. What's happening? It's probably what they're thinking. They're like, okay, no, they need more time. We'll come back. I'm reading the chat. Charlotte, I love what you add. Yeah, she said that her biggest hang up with ancient structures, there you go, that can only truly be appreciated from the sky, like Nazca. I don't know what that is. Help.
I think it's one of the ancient. It's like almost like an ancient like pyramid, almost. I think, if I remember correctly.
Okay. And then she continues. It says, "Why make something that, as we understand, they don't have the technology to view them like we do?" And that's a good point, actually. Yeah, some of those giant pictures, I guess that's what those are. Forget where they are in the world, but there are those massive pictures that are literally miles long that you couldn't see unless you were.
That's what I'm talking about, like these pictures that in the sands that you can only appreciate them if you're up in the sky.
So that's strange. Okay, so to that extent, yeah,
or like some of like the Mayan pyramids, you don't really grasp the concept unless you're looking down. You're looking from the sky down. It's like, how did these people able to do that?
Yeah, that does kind of pique your interest right there. Oh, interesting.
I'm trying to find good ones, but I feel like some of them may not be legit ones, so I'm not sure.
Are we also talking a mile a minute? I'm sorry if we're going too fast.
No, it's fine. No, it's fine. I'm trying to match up with it. Like one looks like a bird. I don't know if that's like that's a legit one.
I think so. I think it is probably.
Isn't there one that also looks like a man? I don't know.
I'm trying to see if I can pull it up. Well, none of the site stuff works, but I guess share this so we can give an idea.
Yeah. Whether humans did it or not.
Yeah, that's one.
That thing.
Yeah, that bird.
Yeah, that's
bird
one.
Thing.
Does anyone know German? No, it's not German. Hang on.
Yeah. I was hoping there was more, but it's just not.
It's the hummingbird.
Looks Scandinavian, probably. Oh, yep. Charlotte just confirmed. Yes, cool. Yay, that's pretty neat. Actually, I like that. Regardless of whether it was if aliens helped or if humans did it, I still think the pyramids of Giza are super impressive, especially how they line up with the stars. Forget exactly which three they line up with. So I know one of them was the North Star, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the other two, I forget.
One is with the Dipper. I know one I think is with the Big Dipper, which I think is the North Star.
Polaris. Okay. And yeah, the other two I'm not sure, but that's impressive. I love that. But you could also calculate that too, like on our planet. And it still boggles my mind if we had humans like that thousands of years ago. We have humans today that still think our Earth is flat. I don't. I don't understand it. What?
Yeah, and they spend millions of dollars to send a penis-shaped spacecraft into.
Oh my God! For 11 minutes, it wasn't even sent to space. You know what Max told me? Oh my God, he told me that apparently NASA, to spite Bezos, they changed their requirements on what it takes to be an astronaut. They ripped that title away from him
because he's not an astronaut.
Exactly. Because like, no, you're not. You didn't really go to space. No,
you went into the atmosphere.
Goodbye. Like NASA did that, and I'm like, oh my God, there's hope for humanity. I love it so much. I thought that was fantastic. I really do.
I saw pictures of that. I was like, "Are you? No, I can't. I just couldn't."
It says a lot about about what type of person he is. Like it really does. He's a giant dick. There you go. He's
he's a dick that took a dick to the atmosphere to prove that Earth is a valuable resource that should be taken care of. You really need to go into space to determine that.
Dude, okay, you know what? If he's all about money hoarder, he's basically a dragon at this point. He should really then invest on building a base on the moon. Like him and Elon, build a base on the moon, and then start mining the asteroid belt. Do it, because you're not gonna give your billions of dollars to the people on Earth. No one, God knows, we've already tried that.
Mm-hmm.
No, you're still being a selfish asshole about it.
Or people who claimed, the movie Mars, that it was based off a true story.
Excuse me, what?
There were people who seriously thought the movie Mars was based off of a real story, that it really happened. It's like, we've never been to Mars, people.
Oh my God, yes. If the Earth was flat, cats would have pushed everything off the side already. Yes.
Yep.
Thank you. I want to do that. I want to draw that now. And Brian says, if the Earth is flat, then why does my pen keep rolling off my desk? That's a very good question. That one for the brain. Very good.
Yeah, you need to do a flat Earth with the cat going.
Just like boop, boop. It has to be like some really large object. What should I do? I'll figure it out. I swear. Move on.
Do like a flat Earth with like the Eiffel Tower, and you just see the cat going boop.
Or like what is the largest building on Earth right now? Is it in Dubai?
I think somewhere, yeah.
Somewhere, yeah. Or is it Shanghai? I think it's
I can't remember.
Shanghai Tower. Yeah, like something like that. Like a giant structure just or maybe I should have them lined up. So that, you know how cats, they go on their shelves. They go up on shelves and they go object 1, object 2, and they just keep on going down the line. I think I'll do that. Thank you. Thank you, Charlotte, for the idea. I will get back to you. What were we gonna say? Yeah, no, that's my idea. If Bezos ever hears this, I doubt he will, but somebody tell Bezos, take your billions, please just build us a moon base and start mining the asteroid belt. Because if you start mining the asteroid belt, that's more money you're gonna get. So there you go. Yeah. Because you're just a hoarding dragon at this point. You're not going to share your billions.
No.
So yeah, go for it, man. That'll help us in the long run. So Oh, and going back to your whole people thought the Martian, that's what you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
They thought that was I'm pretty sure those are also the same people that think that the moon landing was a hoax.
Yeah, there are people who seriously thought The Martian, the movie, was based off of a true story.
No.
That it really happened.
The most advanced thing we have there is a helicopter. No.
It's like, no.
Oh
No, that never really happened. We've never been to Mars.
People drive me up a wall, man. This is why I don't talk to people. This is why I'm an introvert. I just like it's too crazy out there. Real life is too crazy. That's the crazy thing. Like sci-fi and fantasy, it cannot compare to reality. That's the craziest thing ever. Because I just go on the news and I'm just like, what? How did this happen? How is this possible? Huh? I don't understand. Like one person online made a good point. Like it's like really hard to tell what isn't the onion. Like what is the onion and what isn't the onion is really hard to tell now because the real life is just that fucking crazy at this point. I'm reading chat, so I'm just trying to keep up with stuff.
When it comes to aliens, I don't know what I necessarily think in particular because I am one of those seeing is believing style people. I'm not saying it's not happening. I'm not saying that it is happening. It's like one of those, I wouldn't put it past it as a possibility, especially since, as Bethany said before, the population wants it to happen. I mean, all this being the sci-fi series and all that type of stuff, being something and exploring it as a possibility. Kind of had taken with the title, which is from Contact. It's like we want it to be down there because we don't want to be alone. In a sense, I think some people want to see if we are the superior species, or some people don't want us to. Maybe we can learn and make ourselves better from it. But whether or not it's adaptable or not, that's a whole other thing. Because of course, the world's going to probably end at some point. And are we going to be able to survive it, or do we need extra help to be able to do such a thing? Yeah. But of course, that's not anything in our generation. But it's something at some point.
That's like 500 years or something down the
or more.
Yeah, meaning essentially like the sun. It's exploding on us in that sense. But
it's either going to be the sun or like a major earthquake or a major volcano.
Yeah, or another apocalypse of some nature and that whatnot. But would we accept aliens? Would they want to come and make us their be our overlords? It's all those type of things, and I think that's where it kind of comes into play. Whether they've been here before, who knows? They could have been here at times. The time examples you guys gave, or even earlier at that point when we had the cavemen, and so of course they came down and saw nothing of value for what was there from it.
Primitive animals and creatures, and they were just like, all right, we'll be on our merry way.
Yeah, and they came back now and said, oh, they're primitive again.
Yeah, exactly. Who's to say? Yeah, who's to say if it were something of nature? So, but it's definitely something that I think that the world would want, especially the other examples you guys gave, like Star Wars and Star Trek. It is something that I know people want or are fascinated in that sense. And so I think we can't help but be curious or hope that it's not just us, because we want the opportunity to be able to live elsewhere. I think a lot of people, not going to happen for us, I think, for any of us, but who's to say in the future?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I'd love to see when we can finally start terraforming. When we figure that out, like, could we terraform Mars? So I'm really wondering, because it's so much smaller. It doesn't really have it doesn't really have stable moons. Like our moon, for comparison to our planet, is about a fourth of the size. So it's a giant moon. We have a giant moon. It helps to stabilize our axis, so we only process very slightly every so 100,000 years, something like that. It's a cycle. So the last time this happened, for example, the last time this happened, the Sahara was green. So now it's a desert, and then later it'll be green again. So I'm really wondering, what would you do? Just as a hypothetical, what would you do to try and terraform Mars and keep it stable enough with a thick enough atmosphere with water and vegetation, able to support human life? So I'd love to see that try to happen. That would be cool. Or maybe not that. Maybe try to terraform one of the moons of either Saturn or Jupiter. You try that. I don't know. I would say Europa, but it's all water. So
I mean, they say that there is a planet in one of the other another solar system that's pretty much like almost like Earth. You know, it's one of those. It's like Goldilocks planet.
Yeah.
But it's one of those. It would take. It's I can't remember how many light years away.
Yeah, we need to figure that out too. Can we try? Is some scientist out there trying to figure out warp drive?
Or all I can think about is with that is the from Wall-E, where everyone's on the ship.
Yeah, that's actually what I was more kind of going to suggest, is that I think for humanity or our version of Earthlings it would be more building some kind of sustainable living format in this in a nature that it can travel and be elsewhere, being able to have the heat that we need and the climate change and all that type of stuff, which would take a lot of work of working together as one. Who's to say? But I think that would be the more ideal thing, because once again, like if something happens to our sun or whatnot from it, if we could be sustainable within ourselves, I think that would probably be the only realistic way of being able to survive past living on Earth.
Oh, and what's the one movie where it's the man and the woman, they come out of the sleep
pods. Yes,
yes.
With Jennifer Lawrence and Chris Pratt.
Yeah,
can't remember the name of that movie. I have to look it up.
And they like
it's like its own world essentially.
Yeah, within the ship.
I'm forgetting. Oh, it was such a good movie too.
I'm looking it up right now.
Basically, for our listeners, they're basically on a ship to colonize
passengers.
There,
yes,
cool. And they're all in stasis, right? But then one person, which is Chris Pratt, he wakes up. He's not supposed to wake up, and he can't figure out how to go back to sleep. So he tries to figure out how to live life by himself, and he also wakes up another person. So then they end up living out their life. It was something like 50 to 80 years, something like that, on the ship while everyone's still in cryostasis.
Yeah,
well, it's like they have like children, I think even grandchildren or something.
They plant a tree, and there's like a whole grown ass tree in like in the middle of the ship, and people are like, "What happened?"
Well, this is I think it's like 150-year journey or something like that is what there is in there. So they're halfway through their journey, and essentially they're going to be spending because since they can't go back into stasis, they're essentially spending the rest of their life on the ship itself.
Yeah,
and then whatever else is going on with it, because it's supposed to be an all automated thing, because of course no normal person lives 150 years.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that was really interesting. What was I going to say? Oh, I was going to mention this could be more feasible. Again, have to unify the planet first and all of our nations before we could try to do this. But going to Gundam, another nerd out moment here, could try and build massive colonies within orbit around. Well, I think they were in Earth orbit. I think so. Because they were close enough, like the distance between Earth to the moon or more. Like they were close enough to where you could just like get there within a few minutes or so. But that would be cool. And they like rotate on their own. They create their own gravity. They're massive enough to where you have like houses and water and every single commodity that Terra Firma has. So yeah, I think that would be cool. Oh, I love that. Every time I watch Gundam, I'm like thinking about that. I'm like, oh, that'd be nice. That'd be super cool. Oh. So I'm trying to think about what else we could talk about. So yeah, there's just obviously a lot more to understand.
Well,
we can extrapolate on.
I had a question about it in particular. Oh, well, not just about aliens in general, but kind of on topic but off topic. What is your favorite alien of all the made up aliens? Do you have a favorite alien?
Do I?
And we can make alien fairly broad term. Just essentially anything that is not of Earth.
Yeah. Extraterrestrial. God, I have to choose. I have to choose.
Yeah, you do a few favorite just because it's a last minute question, so you can't really think. So you can kind of talk about some of your favorite aliens.
Well, I would say Transformers. I do like the idea of non-organic life. I think that's cool, like going into their creation, because like that could be humanity's future, that we could create artificial intelligence to literally take our place. So that's possible. I like that idea. And who knows, maybe we could transform into cars or something, or planes. Who knows? That'd be cool. I'd say just because of the movie franchise, Alien, the Xenomorphs, they're some of my favorites. Those are super cool.
Transform into a better person.
Yeah, there you go. Transform into a better person. That's what Jason said.
Oh my god.
Yes.
See this. Yeah. Recording with him in the same room.
Yep. It's fun.
Thank you.
Peanut comments.
Okay. And maybe, I guess for the moment, the Klingons from Star Trek, I guess, or the Vulcans. The Vulcans and the Klingons are pretty cool, because like I just like their aesthetic and like the way they act, and it's just like, you know, like peering into their culture and what they are. It's just so interesting to see, and like also like their features too. They put so much like care into their features. I'm just like, oh my god, like all the Klingons, they have like that massive forehead with the spikes on them. I've noticed like every Klingon is slightly different. It's like a fingerprint. I'm just like, oh my god, this is so cool. Oh, there's so much love. There's so much attention to detail. I love this. And like their values, because they're very honor based. One thing that doesn't make sense to me, like I posed this to my dad last night. I'm just like, okay, the Klingons have like a very dark complexion, right?
Okay.
Their home world and like all their ships and everything, like all their environments are dark.
Okay.
Doesn't make sense. Why would their skin also be dark?
They're not Earthlings, though, so rules do not apply the same way. That is assuming things that you do not know. Why are some people Why are some people green? Why are some people blue? Does not matter. They are not humans.
Yeah. But I'm just like, trying to think about it from a scientific standpoint. But yeah, I guess at that point,
he throws the scientific out of the water.
Yeah. I think it's just so cool, though. It's just like thinking about these other races, and just thinking about the Vulcans, like how far they went, and their first contact with humans, and then we sort of graduate to that step, and then we have first contact with other alien beings. I'm going on a tangent. Hang on, you said favorite aliens. 1 second.
Full on. Do you, while you're thinking of some more, Bethany, do you have any favorite aliens that come to mind?
Obviously Loki, because we did claim we did put him in the category of an alien.
Yeah, he's not. He is not here.
And I would also probably throw Thor in there.
Okay.
And for anyone who's actually seen the movie, Paul, he's a foul-mouthed, chain-smoking alien, and the overview of the movie is he crash landed to Earth, and he actually went into Area 50. He was taken to Area 51, and he was used like all of the ideas of like of movies, of like space movies and alien movies. It was him. Like he was the one who gave like all the ideas, and he was trying to escape. And have you ever watched Shaun of the Dead?
Yes.
The two guys from Shaun of the Dead, they're the main characters.
Okay.
And they rescue Paul, and they're trying to get him back to his ship to leave to go home. It's such a funny movie. Yeah, Seth Rogen. Yeah. It's one of those you watch it and you just laugh the whole time, and that's where like its probing time comes from. Okay. I don't know. I think Am's kind of like rattled
touch on like the big one.
Yeah, the big ones.
Go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say, like, I can't think of any like aliens in particular that are like my favorite alien, I would have to once again stop and think about it. The first one, as we put in category, would be Loki, but that's just because it's Tom Hiddleston, so of course that's going to be a favorite because he's a good-looking guy. But I think of like funny aliens that have always kind of been there. Like there's Roger from American Dad. That's a funny alien. He's just he's all like just a lazy fat ass,
sassy asshole.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's one of the funnier ones. Surprise E.T. is not up there. It's not one of my favorite aliens, but he's a favorite alien. One of the first there. I can't think of any others that come. Oh, like Unity for Rick and Morty. I like that alien. The one that takes over other aliens. So she's
Oh,
I don't
God. Oh.
She's
Oh no.
I forget what they call it, but essentially just like she just takes over a hive mind. That's it.
Yeah,
It's a hive mind entity.
You just remind me of that episode because I was just it just ends so dark. Like
yeah. But I mean there's so many funny aliens in that in general. You got like it's whether or not you would do it like Mr. Poopy Butthole and Snoopy Poopers and all these other names that are just like funny. The Meeseeks. There's just a lot of funny aliens in Rick and Morty as a whole, because I mean a lot of it is all in space. One could argue other Rick and Mortys are aliens too, in a sense. But I think there's just a lot in social media. Oh, when I was looking up something else, Roswell was a huge thing for me when I was a kid. It was on what would be the WB at the time, but it's like one of those teen drama style things where it was 4 aliens that happened to land on Earth, and they were mixed with DNA of humans, so they're like half alien, half human, living life in Earth.
Oh, another alien I would say was probably Superman.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I mean, Superman is an alien.
I almost forgot Venom. There's another one.
Venom's an alien.
There you go. Yes.
Luke Skywalker would be an alien. Yes, not of Earth.
Yeah.
Not of Earth.
Yeah, to us, yes, he would be. But
still what we would say is a human, I'm assuming. Still Alf. Yeah, that's a good one. Alf was funny. I remember loving him when I was a kid.
I was gonna go back to mentioning the Na'vi. Those are one of my favorites, and also just the gay space rocks that are Steven Universe. Thank you, Charlotte.
the Powerpuff Girls.
They're alien?
I don't know, but I mean, could
they
they
were
be?
made by Professor Utonium.
Yeah, I thought they were.
Okay, and then it's been so long.
They were a creation. Yeah.
Is her name Dreamer from Supergirl? What's her? She's the one alien from Supergirl. Hold on.
Do not know. Don't know that series.
I was gonna interject. I guess you could argue any character from Masters of the Universe. They're not of Skeletor. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Martian Manhunter.
Yeah, Martian Manhunter.
Yeah, I like him.
I was going to say Martian Manhunter. Cosplayed Martian Manhunter. I didn't know it was on Supergirl, but I do like Martian Manhunter.
Starfire as well, since we're talking about DC. She's definitely alien. Did she have a sister? I forgot.
Don't know.
I don't remember. I'm sorry. I have Teen Titans knowledge. That's it. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, I have a lot of favorite aliens, like a lot of favorite different tropes and permutations of these different beings and characters. I just think they're cool. And like it's kind of funny, like with some characters I don't even think of them as aliens. Like Superman, yeah, I didn't even think about him until he was like mentioned. I was just like, oh yeah, duh. He's from the planet Krypton, so duh. Okay, yeah.
Well, I have a follow-up question. So I was bringing up Superman in particular. If there was life on other planets and things of that nature, and you were brought to those planets to live on, what do you think that experience would be like? You are the alien now.
It will be alienating, actually. Yeah. So, all right. It would. I guess for a while, I feel very alone. I'd feel out of place. I would just. How else would you describe it? Like you're being you're stranded on a desert island. You have no one to turn to, nowhere else to go.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost as bad as if you were to be transported to a different time,
Yeah.
past or future. You had no idea how to cope. So I think that would just be like a huge shock. But then I guess the human in me would go, well, we gotta adapt. So just make the most of your situation.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, I'd be stranded on a planet that has compatible. I don't know. I guess air.
We would assume that you would be able to live there. That you
Yeah.
would be able to live there. For example, Wayne had mentioned on here the Mork for Mork and Mindy. I'm assuming that, or no, Mork from Orc. Sorry, I misread that. No, Mork and Mindy. Right?
Mork and Mindy?
Yeah, Robin Williams, Mork and Mindy.
Mm-hmm.
So essentially an alien that's on Earth. So the opposite, meaning that you can live and survive on the planet. So I wouldn't say that, you have any kind of thing, whatever they have, you can survive on. It's just going to be a different world.
So, like, saying that, and of course, then I saw Charlotte's comment about we'd probably be in a zoo. It reminded me of the TV show The Orville, which basically is kind of like a spoof of Star Trek.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the episodes is they have to save that. I think it was the captain. He got taken and put into kind of like a zoo of different aliens.
Mm-hmm.
And you saw, I think it was like a zoo of like humans, and it was just kind of one of those. It was like, yeah, this human and this weird being, let's put them in a zoo.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's basically just like a spoof of Star Trek. It's really funny.
Yeah. You'd be treated basically like an animal.
Yeah.
You go, oh, this exotic being from another planet.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I would say I kind of have a similar experience already, being a Californian out here in Jersey, although it is, clear as the USA and humans and all that type of stuff. But sometimes there are moments when it's like, my Californian shows that it's just not the same. You talk about certain things, especially when I first moved here, it was kind of like almost foreign to some people. It's like, what are you talking about? Like, that doesn't exist out here in that nature. And so, like, even just transporting to like a different state across the states, having a different atmosphere and a different type of person. It was like when I was my first year here, immediately people knew I wasn't from there. Like, it was like, where are you from? So I can't assimilate that fast if I went into a different planet, because my color would show probably immediately. And I know it would show immediately because in spite of if I looked exactly like them, I would be so much different because I am of my surroundings.
Mm-hmm.
To add to that, I'm going to argue that Midwesterners are of a different species. So
No. Try dropping yourself in the South. That's a whole different.
How far south are we going?
I would say at least South Carolina down, maybe mid North Carolina down, or go like south, like Alabama, Mississippi, stuff like that. That's south.
Brian, I agree. Having compatible genitals would be preferable. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
It depends on your priorities, I guess.
Also, I'm sorry I called you out, Charlotte.
But then again, who knows what kind of genitals aliens could have?
What if they have multiple penises? Or like appendages that work like penises? What if their genitals are not like in between their bottom legs, if they have bottom legs?
What if their appendages are like octopuses, where they throw their penis, just like your picture?
Yeah,
yeah, just like the picture up here.
Trying
over here.
Inverse.
There you go. Picture of that. I know it's inverse. It's a little weird to do at first. Yeah, that thing.
Can you imagine if you were a female, like a human female on another planet, and this alien just throws its appendage at you, and like some sort of weird mating ritual.
But Brink brings up, visit another planet, introduce the locals to pizza, you be a god set for life. Unless tomatoes were an allergy for everyone on the planet, and then you just wiped out the whole population, giving them stuff. Yeah, gluten, something like that. Mm-hmm. But of course, we assume that survivable food and stuff of that nature. So
Well, their food could be, well, who knows?
I think that would probably be the worst thing. Is that I might be able to survive off the food, but would I like it?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what if they eat slugs? Like, ugh, just the idea of escargot is gross. Like, ugh, I'm so picky already. So it'd just be so tough to like have to adapt to alien food.
Or
I'd be like, what is this?
Or like if they don't need water to survive.
Mm-hmm.
What if it's like the Klingons where they eat their food live? You'd have to like eat. What?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Briggs' response: wipe out the entire population, still be a god.
Oh, that's horrible.
It's true. There are plenty. I mean, I guess the Japanese would probably have an easier time with that since they eat a lot of live foods, live octopus, live squid, live all that stuff.
It's like trying to crawl its way out of your throat as you're swallowing it. No thanks.
Yeah, sticking in there.
Oh no! Oh no!
No, no thanks. Can it be dead, please? I don't want it to wiggle and squirm.
Well, what was it? Gollum says, "I want it wiggling, it's squirming
and wiggling."
Well, when you were talking about like the slugs, all I could think of was the scene from Lion King. It was like, it's nice and juicy.
Yeah.
Yum yum yum. Oh my God,
I forget what they call it. Grub? Is that what they called it? Grub?
Yeah, they were grubs. Yeah.
Grubs, yeah.
Would you eat grubs? Random side topic. Would you eat grubs?
No,
if I was desperate. If I was like absolutely desperate, but I'm not desperate.
Yeah, like I watch all those shows of like, the challenge, and there's always like a meal of like local foods, and it's like most of the time it's always brains. It's like all these countries cannot be eating brains as a local food or blood. Like these are like actual advanced countries. Like this food cannot be like everything being like raw brains, food, blood, I don't whatever.
Blood sausage?
Eyeballs. Yeah, it's like no, like almost all of this no. Like you guys are in places where I know you have to have at least like realistic food for some of this. But yeah, like
oysters.
Yeah, that's a common one is freaking balls. Like seriously, like why did they have to have balls all the fucking time? But anyway,
they're called Rocky Mountain oysters, and people don't always realize what that means.
Yeah, why? I guess I'm used to hearing those things, but yeah, it's just like I don't know. With bugs, I've done like the crickets, like the fried crickets. I think if they were like fried, I would probably be more likely to, because then I would feel like at least it's been crisped. It's when it's
covered in chocolate. Like raisins?
Well, it's just if there's any goo in it, that's where it would disgust me.
Ooh,
but if it's like the insides were crisped out, then I think I would probably be fine with eating it.
You can't buy them online. You can eat all kinds of bugs.
I think I would be more likely to do that is if they were still in their squishy form. Like even when I'm eating like chicken, I don't like it to be like soft and like moist per se. I like it to be like really dry and like crisped and like fried. So like eating squishy things, no, I don't think I can do that.
No squish. Okay.
Like I'll eat pudding. That's about it. But I don't want bug pudding. I don't want bug pudding.
Oh, that's a horrible. That's a horrible visual. No thanks. I'm gonna mention another disgusting food. Balut. Remember? Oh, I think it's like Vietnamese. But basically, you take the egg of a duck and you eat it while it's still developing. So it's like a half-formed embryo with feathers and such on it, and you eat the whole thing whole.
No,
I think I've heard of this. Yeah.
Why?
No.
Why?
No.
So gross. Why?
It probably, with it being developed, it somehow changes the lack of proper word, enzymes or something in there. Yeah. Like as it's developing, I'm sure it changes the taste and the flavor of it, and that's probably why people like to eat it.
I will either eat an egg or the actual chicken, not a combination of both.
I mean, but yeah, you're eating either or. It's not really that far off, I would probably say.
I'd rather.
I don't want to crack an egg, and no, I don't know.
Would you rather? Okay, so would you rather? See, I wouldn't want to do this either. So this is a hard one. Would you rather eat an egg that's in between being developed, or would you want to eat the 100-year-old egg?
Oh, the century egg? Oh,
Yeah,
I
the
don't
century
know.
egg.
Oh,
I would eat the developed one because at least you could still like
Yeah.
cook it, and I'm sure
Yeah.
it probably will still taste fine.
Yeah.
Eating the century egg, like
No.
even cooking it, I don't think it's gotta taste good at all.
No.
It apparently turns into jelly.
That's not. See, you're
No.
getting back on the goo thing. I can't do goo. Like no, like that's
the
why
egg
it's
white
not.
turns to jelly.
Thought makes me want to vomit. Ugh.
Mhm. It's a different breed, man.
But what would you take? Would you guys take the developing egg?
Oh my god, I don't know. Oh my god.
Oh.
I think I'd try the century egg. I'd be crazy.
Really?
I think
You would
I
take the century egg over
I
the
don't
developing
know.
egg.
I don't like it. It'd be looking at me, man, and I don't want to hear crunches as I'm trying to like bite it. Because there's bone in there. Okay, it's probably still cartilage at that point, but I'd still hear a crunch.
But see, at least with that, you could probably pick stuff out if you really needed to. Like if you cracked
There's
it,
feathers too, man.
you could
know.
Yeah, but it's probably still such like underdeveloped feathers that is still kind of like more soft.
But if you needed to, you could at least pick some of that stuff out and still cook the egg.
Here, you guys do that. I'll do the century egg. We'll just share our findings
Well,
on which one's the most gross. So,
or how about we just meet in the middle and we just eat the damn chicken that's already been
hard-boiled cement.
Give me
and dye
the
and black.
chicken.
There you
Give me
go.
the chicken.
Just give me the chicken.
Tastes like chicken.
Chicken. Yum, yum. Why does everything taste like chicken? I don't understand that.
Because change is just a basic flavor.
Yeah.
It's like everything, like alligator tastes like chicken. Ostrich tastes like chicken. Everything tastes like chicken. What the hell?
Base flavor. Base flavor.
I guess. Oh, speaking of chicken, I'm sorry, we've gone like so far
Go ahead.
off, but I don't really care. Don't go to Chick-fil-A. At least not right now. There might be a chicken shortage or something, but I've been seeing people, they've been like getting chicken nuggets, and they're like indiscernible. Like you can't even tell if there's chicken in there. They have no idea what's in their chicken nuggets. It looks like it might be like the same type of meat that they put in hot dogs, and it's like, oh no, this is like they're like it's like almost brown, like dark pink.
I mean, I love McDonald's nuggets, and I know they ain't real chicken, so they're not doing anything new for me. Like it just is. I love them pre-developed shapes, and Taco Bell's my favorite food, and we all know that ain't meat either. So you're not warning me of anything of my two favorite fast foods. So
what do you think? What degree of sawdust do you think is in the ground beef in Taco Bell?
I don't know, but it tastes delicious. So
It
it's better than eating dog food.
I live for crunch wraps. I was so sad when they took the quesarito away, the spicy one. Oh, that was so good.
I don't know. They
So
came out with some
good.
new stuff recently, so I have to check it out.
I haven't had Taco Bell since God. And it was when I was away when I was going back to school, and it was one of those. There was a Taco Bell in the student center, and I was just like, fuck it, I haven't had it for so long. I think that's the last time I've had Taco Bell.
Last time I had Taco Bell was Wednesday. So what was that? Yesterday. I had Taco Bell yesterday. I had Taco Bell yesterday. I had a free reward in my Taco Bell app, so that just says something. It's one that where I work, so I can't. It's my favorite. I love Taco Bell. I live, breathe Taco Bell. It's the best.
What's their slogan? What, like
live
more, eat moss or something like
yeah,
that?
like that's actually delicious.
Yeah.
Baja Blast.
I think for me though, like for me to go to Taco Bell, like I'd have to go like way out of my way, and what's just okay, it's not that far out of the way, but it's just
inconvenient.
Yes.
Yeah,
But
if it's like a
DoorDash
15 minutes
or
drive. Well, but then it's more expensive, and then it's not even worth it because Taco Bell isn't meant to be like expensive food. It's kind of like on the cheaper side.
And
then
like there's a McDonald's literally like right where my school is.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like there have been times where I've done that, and sometimes I'll go, right up by like where our Walmart is. There's like a Dunkin' Donuts, so I'm like, I'll just go do that.
Yeah.
And there's a Wendy's, but I'm not a big fan of Wendy's.
Not a huge fan of Wendy's either, but I will get like their 4 for $4 like meal if I just want something cheap and quick and whatnot from it.
And I don't know. I'm sorry, their chocolate frosties are nothing what they used to be.
Really? Oh,
I would agree with that.
I think they were so much better in like the late 90s, early 2000s. They changed something after that, and I've just
it's no longer real milk. We'll just assume it's that.
It's powdered milk.
That's what I'm saying. That's what's got to be. Like once again, we're accepting the terms of fake food.
You can feel the difference in the texture.
Oh, that sucks. Oh,
because I used to do the frosties and the fries.
So good. Oh, so good.
I don't like their fries though. I would try the Frosties with McDonald's fries. I would do that.
Oh, those are the best fries. Oh,
a hot fudge sundae for McDonald's and McDonald's fries.
I want so many things right now.
I know. I'm like getting hungry. Damn it.
Well, can you go wrong with potatoes? I love potatoes. I love potatoes. French fries, baked potatoes, mashed potatoes.
The most versatile vegetable.
I made a comment. Was it yesterday or something, or today? We were talking about like how some people can tan really easily, and I'm like, oh no, I don't tan easily. I'm like, I go from white to lobster. I was like, I'm actually more of a potato.
Yeah,
white, starchy, and round.
I have some tan, I swear, but for some reason the light's like blinding. I'm still too white. I'm sorry. I'm
a potato. I'm white. I'm starchy, and I'm round. I said that. I was like, holy shit! I am a potato, and I'm okay with that.
As a compliment. Yes.
Well, I mean, they do call Sebastian Stan a potato, so I mean, you're in good company for sure.
As Jason says, and I'm delicious.
Yes. Okie dokie.
Sorry, what? I was saying something about Sunday. What happened?
Jason said Bethany is delicious. Just wanted to say that.
Don't need to go that far, Jason. That's for after hours. No, please don't.
I mean, if I'm a potato, we all.
I guess we haven't talked about penises or vaginas yet, so I guess we could.
That's true. We have the food. We have the food. We started there.
Oh, there you go.
Well, I mean, we did kind of talk about like possible alien genitals.
Yeah, alien. That's it. We did get to penises. We did. Yeah, the tentacles, the tentacle porn. Talking about that.
I'm really talking about it too. That's so commonplace now. I'm just like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, you forgot.
Tentacle dicks. Here we go.
What did he say? What did Jason say?
I don't know. I'm like muting myself. I'm like, I don't need him to energize.
Okay. That's fair. Say it in the chat.
Just come on next time, Jason. Just jump on and talk with us. That's it. You don't need to be in the background.
Just unplug my headphones and just let him,
Yeah, exactly.
Have his way, like he usually does.
Yes. So, do we have anything else to add? If not, we can wrap up. We're about 5 minutes to the end. You guys have anything?
I'm good.
I'm good.
Okay, so we'll go through and we switch this. So I'm going to start with a shout out. I'm actually going to mention the pin that I had gone from. So it's from Data Crew. I was looking it up. They are a pin manufacturer, and they do other things like t-shirts and whatnot, but they're also part of a trio group of a monthly pop shop called Pin Lab Studios. So you can get all in one package from 3 different shops. They do it monthly. So if you ever check them out on Pop Shop Live, the Pin Lab Studios is the Pin Lab. But they have a Bebop and Rocksteady pin. One of my favorites that I'm hoping to get that has been resold out twice already. Miss Minutes. Want Miss Minutes so bad.
Okay, no, she's a pretty cool alien. I'm gonna put that out there. She is an alien and she's pretty cool.
There's a cute shirt on here with her as well. And they also do like the shirts too, like the keep it low key shirt. If you didn't want a pin, they have it in shirt form too. But they do a lot more other stuff, a lot of pop culture things. Those are some of my favorites from there.
So just on top of like low key, I'm sorry, I'm kind of.
Go on.
I talked to Jason. I was like, for Halloween, I was like, we need to go as like Lokis, and I want to get a
variants
animal.
Totally, Sylvie. Oh
Uh-huh.
my god!
And I want to get a stuffed animal like crocodile and put like the Loki horns on it.
It's going to be the thing probably this
I
year
know.
is all the, and it's just not, and you could pretty much just make anything a Loki variant. It's pretty much, as long as you have the horn and green color, you can essentially be, I'm a variant and make up whatever you want. I mean, there was like the bicycle helmet with the bicycle handlebars.
That was so creative.
That's what I'm saying.
I love that.
Anything. I mean, if anything, that show just created the ability to just make endless possibilities of variants.
Or I just go as Loki and Jason can go as Thor.
That too. You can go through with it. Carry a little Miss Minutes around with you.
And the crocodile Loki.
Mm-hmm.
Croaky, I think they're calling
Something
him.
like that.
It was like crocky, but it doesn't make sense because it's an alligator. So that's what I say. It goes better the other way. But I think everyone's just accepted crocky, whatever one they're going with. But here we go.
We have the Nerds Have Spoken podcast. They upload every Thursday, so check them out. I don't know if maybe they'll do a Saturday night hangouts, but yeah, check them out. They're pretty cool.
Yeah, kind of. I'm joking. They're very cool.
No.
I am married to one of the
I know.
guys
Yeah,
that,
it's just like
runs
it was the way that you were
podcast.
saying. Like, yeah, they're cool. I was like, yeah, kind of.
You know, I am married to one of the guys. You know.
Oh, that is a good. Sorry, Charlotte has a really good idea. Go show up to a party where everyone is a Loki variant. Just have a Loki party. You
I
just
love
have to be
that.
your
Yeah.
best variant.
Yes.
I like that idea.
Yes. Oh, look at me. So there's all my social media. Follow me, please, if you can. Hello. I made that in the corner. I made the blanket while making it. If you want commissions, please let me know. I'm not gonna shy away from money. So yeah, please let me know. If you want to support me on Patreon, there's that. And my Redbubble shop. Yay. There you go.
You can also follow Shelf Gravy. They live every other week Wednesday. Sorry, every other week on Wednesday. Oh my god, I cannot speak. They just did it, I think, last week, so they'll be live this upcoming Wednesday. Do props, soft goods, figures, just crafting as a general, and giving best advice and being able to follow along. Also, our music done by Dust Mites, adult music, where you can listen to any streaming service for music. Give them a check out. You can also follow us on social medias. Outside of that, we hope that you guys have a wonderful Thursday, and we'll see you next week. Bye. Have fun with your watch party. I heard there's something going on today, so for those of you going, bye.
Bye.